Hey guys. Um, so it's the same night that I made my first video, and I feel like I left out a little bit. Um, so I wanted to give you guys a little bit of like a more informational stuff like that, like information, writing experience, how to ride a bike, stuff like that. Um, so one thing I was thinking of is I kind of wanted to explain what happened to me a little bit more. Um, it really wasn't a severe crash. It was a crash, but it wasn't too terribly bad. Um, so kind of what happened was I was kind of showing off. I was kind of trying to make a video of what my bike could do, even though it was only a 200. And I was going a little bit too fast. Not too bad. I was doing about a 35, I think, in a 25, but still, that's too fast. Um, and mind you, I do have about 15 years of experience riding. So experience means a lot, but going too fast, there's only so much you can do. So like, if at any point in time you think to yourself like, hey, I have a bunch of experience, and I can hit it, I can nail it, I can do it. Maybe you can. And there's a lot of people who can. There's a lot of people who can nail it with experience, but for me, just speaking from my personal experience, I can't. Um, you know, I here I'll go off on a side tangent. So about 7 years ago, I would have been about 20. I had a 1983 Suzuki GS 1100 ES, and that was the first big bike that I owned. It was a fast bike. It was fairly fast. Had about 120 horsepower. Loved it. Mint condition. I love that thing to death. Um, I was going too fast. I wasn't paying attention, and I ended up ass packing somebody. Um, the actual incident was a little bit more in depth than that, but that's kind of the like root of it. Um, um, if you guys are curious about what the actual factors were, I can let you know. Post it in the comments. I can make a video about that. Um, but long story short, I was going too fast. I wasn't paying attention. I was high on life. I was just loving everything about riding, and um, I ended up ass packing somebody. So it happened pretty quick. I don't remember a whole lot about it. But what I do remember was after the accident, um, it was a lot worse than a car accident in terms of like initial trauma, like initial um, like pain, like bruises, bumps, cuts. Um, Again, I wasn't going very fast. I was only going about 40 before I hit the brakes, so I probably only impacted at like 30, I would say. Um, but you got to remember, on a bike, you don't have no seatbelt, no cushion, no barrier. Um, if you get into an impact, the bike stops and you keep going. So, and it's something that I always knew, but I never really cared. I never really cared about that because I was, oh God, was I 19, 20? I was 19 or 20 at the time, so I didn't really give a shit if you know. Um, but that was kind of my first eye opener as to how bad motorcycle crashes can be. So I'm probably gonna get demonetized for this, but I'm just gonna be straightly honest. Um, I hit my shin on the foot peg, hit it very hard. I have about a, I don't know, maybe I'd say a 6-inch scar where the foot peg peeled the skin off the bone. Um, and this is the PG part. So if anybody is afraid, let me know. Don't listen to this part. It gets a little bit PG. So here we go. So I actually split my scrotum open and had both of my testicles hanging out of my scrotum because as the bike stopped, I continued to go forward, and just the biomechanics of how you sit on a motorcycle, the fuel tank is elevated. So when you go forward, then your body has to elevate to meet the elevation of the tank. Um, Being that it happened in a very fast period of time, um, there was only so much biomechanical movement that could happen, and there was cuts that got developed. Um, I know that sounds really bad. Um, Everything is fully healed up, so don't worry about me. Don't worry about what I mean, we're good. We're good. But just recognize that these things happen quickly, and there can be very severe or very high severity consequences of getting in an accident with a motorcycle, even at low speeds. You know, like even at low speeds. I made a video a couple hours ago about my shoulder, um, and I was probably only going maybe 15 miles an hour if I had to guess, and I still got launched off the bike. A car crash in 15 miles an hour, it's not nearly as bad. So, um, I just wanted to give everybody an update on my shoulder, my previous experience in riding, my previous motorcycle accident. I've had way more than that, but that's my biggest one. Um, and again, motorcycle riding, always wear your helmets, always wear your jackets, your jeans, your boots, because even if you're wearing all that gear, if you do get into an accident, it's still going to be way worse than a car. Something I'm going to advocate very hardly on my channel is, recognizing that you don't have any framework around you to protect you. You don't have, um, you don't have no seatbelt. You don't have anything to keep you attached to the bike. If you get in a crash, you're going to get launched forward, and there's nothing you can stop it. So, sometimes you get lucky. I've been lucky. I've been very lucky myself. But sometimes you can get very unlucky. And, one thing I want to say is I've always worn a helmet. I'll never wear a helmet without wearing a bike or riding a bike. So, and again, if anybody has any questions or maybe I said something wrong, feel free to comment down in the posts. Feel free to look me up on Facebook. My name is Alexander Delvalier. Look me up. If you can't find me, comment me down in the posts. I have no problem. I'm not doing this for subscribers. I'm doing this because I feel like there's a whole bunch of people in the biker community that do not know safety practices, and even if they do, um, maybe it's something we could talk about. Maybe we can, both develop skills, because to be honest, you can't be safe enough. That's why I'm doing it. So, you know, do not subscribe. Do not like it. I'm not doing it for those. I'm doing it because I want to be a good Samaritan and I want people to be safe. Anyways, take care, guys. Love you.